first step. And my first step was to just, it's okay, you can, sorry, I'm not following the slides yet. I'll get to the app in a minute. But yeah, so basically, you can go to the next one. So basically, you're taking the first step, which meant just, where do I begin? I started talking to my children, they referred me to their friends and their parents and doctors and psychologists, psychiatrists, and soon, over time, we had contacted over 1,000 people with focus groups and interviews. I attended conferences, I evaluated the existing apps to see was there anything already out there? You know, I don't want to reinvent the wheel, can you just bring things together? But there was really nothing that appealed to this age group. And in all this research and talking and working with them, what I realized that our children have got so absorbed and engrossed with trying to understand and navigate the outside world that they had not had the time to build the resilience and life skills they need to live a balanced and meaningful life. And there were no technologies available out there. So I said, okay, well, now we have to start working on what is it that they need. So we again did a lot of focus groups. I prepared a set of slides about the solution I was going to implement and started going to schools and saying, hey, if you had this solution, would you use it? And whoever said yes, I asked them for permission to start interviewing the students, teachers, educators, and that's how we gathered a lot more focus groups and data. And it came out that the only and the best way to get this out was through schools, to students, because then there would be no stigma associated with it. There would be no, I have this, I don't have it. Socioeconomic status would not be a factor. So I'm happy to say that after, after 3.5 years, I'll fast forward it because it's been a fun and long journey, but I don't want to bore you with all the details. But yeah, so I think you can show the app now. Yeah. So what we've done is we've created an app that's being sold through schools. In fact, only the first part is ready this September, but several schools have already signed up to use it. The full app will be available in January, and we're hoping to reach out to many more schools. And what we realized is there are two things that they really need to understand. One was just day-to-day issues that seem to accumulate, like dealing with exam stress, learning going before a game, or just fighting with parents, just normal things that happen, but once a few of them accumulate, then they break down. Then the second thing that most of us don't realize is we focus a lot on managing our time, but what we really need to focus on is managing our energy. Because no matter how much time you have, but if you don't have the right energy, you really can't get things done. So these are the two things that we have to bring out, but it has to be in a fun and engaging way. Because for this age group, it's very important to have that. So we have done, for the day-to-day situations, we have created very short, engaging, and actionable videos. Within a 5-minute video, you can learn a new skill, and then you learn to introspect. And through a self-introspection and self-learning, you can learn these skills. And for the mind, body, emotions, and connections, we have these fun activities that energize them in those places. So, move on to the next one, and the proof is in the pudding. Now, this is what the students are saying about our app, those who have been using it. They have felt very touched. Many of them have made some shifts in just their learning and understanding and their personality. And I'm going to share a few of the, So basically, instead of going into the details of how I brought the company or whatever happened, and it's been a crazy process, I just thought I'd share a few of the learnings on the way. So the first thing I already mentioned is, when you have a problem like this, teaching life skills, how do you do it? Well, any problem, any time you face, I think just taking the first step, it'll lead you to the next and the next and the next. The second one is, I think, the most important and useful thing for me to do was to stay focused on the impact that our work was going to have. Because day to day, there's so many things that come in the way. So many people that say, no, you'll not get this, you'll not get that. But just staying focused on the impact will help you relieve some of the things and being flexible about the method. You can let little things stay little, like little differences between the people I'm working with or whatever's going on. You just sort of let them be little. Don't let them get in the way of your impact that you can make. And then the third one that I want to share is always make your journey worthwhile. So, use it. I've used this as, to help me bring out the best in myself and those that I work with, whoever I come in contact with. And of course, celebrate the small stuff and have fun along the way. And just to end that, I'm going to show you a few of the things the fun that I had along the way, which I wouldn't have had if I wasn't on this journey. So there I am. I was invited for 1 week of brain training at this place called 40 Years of Zen, where they hooked me up and tested out all the hemispheres of my brain. It was an awesome experience. it's done by the same person, Dave Asprey, who does Bulletproof Diet. And so for the whole week, we went through this brain training. And I got to do yoga in really exotic places. And I got to go in the ice tub with Wim Hof. He has this breathing technique that he's climbed Kilimanjaro with only a t-shirt and his tennis shoes because he can regulate his body so that it can be in cold climates. I met Lisa Nichols, who is one very famous executive coach. I met Gilong Tupten, who is a monk who trained all the Hollywood stars for Doctor Strange in meditation. So, and many, many more that couldn't get included here. But I don't want to take up too much of the time.